there, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to share some of the TV series, TV movies that I've been watching recently, especially during this quarantine time. Just thought to share because just in case, I feel like a lot of folks are looking for recommendations and I just wanted to put it out there what I am watching myself. So just jumping right into it. Personally, I really like the theme of like action, fantasy, sci-fi-ish, right? Like that's sort of my natural default, but I watch all different types of movies, but I would say I'm more kind of naturally drawn to movies that fall into the category that I described versus not. So my first TV series that I'm watching right now is a series called Batwoman. It's just the first season. It's so good. You could probably already guess what it's about, right? It's like Batman's equivalent. She's there, she has like, you know, people helping her to solve different crimes. There's different villains coming into Gotham City. I just really like it because it's like action packed. Of course, love seeing women in empowering positions, which she is. She's also LGBTQ, so I love that. The show highlights that. That show also has a lot of diversity in it, which I really appreciate in terms of gender, racial diversity, disability. Like I just age. Like I just love the fact that they can appreciate different forms of talent and bring that talent into the show. So Batwoman, definitely go ahead and check it out. The next one, which will be no surprise, is Supergirl. Oh, I was like, Batwoman, Supergirl, right? So again, Superman's equivalent. Same thing, very similar to like Batwoman, where again, all these different villains coming in to the city. She's fighting them. You know, kryptonite is sort of like, you know, something that works against her, that makes her like lose her power, makes her very weak. Really like the cast. I think that the acting is really good. It's really fun. It's really interesting. And it's just like action jam-packed, has a lot of suspense. Again, another show that has a really diverse cast, which I really appreciate. And yeah, just overall really good acting. Supergirl is probably on season, I don't know, I think 6 or 7 or something like that. So it's a couple of years in versus Batwoman that just started. But just go ahead and check out Supergirl and let me know what you think. The next show that I've been watching is called Insecure. Really enjoyed Insecure. I actually watched season 1 when it first came out, and then I just didn't watch again after that. Not because of lack of interest, because I really thought the ending of season 1 was like amazing, but I think just because I just didn't have access to HBO, so I just didn't watch anything on HBO. But now that I do have access, I've caught up on all of the seasons. I've like binge watched season 2 and 3 to catch up on now the current season 4. But Insecure is like a urban story about this main character called Isa, and just like her friends and just like the different drama they go through in terms of like work, relationship, family. It's just one of those series that you can like totally relate to. It's so real, it's so authentic. The curse. I actually really love the music in Insecure. It's really dope, and I love that they showcase different artists, both male and female, on that show music wise. But it's really good. You should definitely go ahead and check it out. The next one I'm watching is The Walking Dead. Love The Walking Dead. I've been watching The Walking Dead from day one. I haven't like skipped a season or anything like that. It's now on like season 10. The season 10 has officially ended, so I believe season 11 is probably going to start sometime in the fall. But if you have time, which you do, we all do, take some time and, you know, watch The Walking Dead. It's about basically the world going into a pandemic and blowing up and zombies taking over, right? So if you're someone who maybe doesn't like being scared or being spooked, it might not be the best show for you, but I actually challenge you to watch it just because of that. Like if you're someone who gets spooked easily, watch it anyway, right? Just to kind of get more comfortable with like that scary movie, zombie type of genre. don't get me wrong, I am not like the bravest person in the world. There are definitely some times where I'm like, okay, I need to watch this episode during the day, not at night. I need to watch this episode with someone else here with me. So don't get me wrong, you know, it can be a bit spooky, but it's so good. I know there've been like mixed reviews about sort of like the last couple seasons not being that great, and I can definitely see the difference between the earlier seasons and the last ones, kind of the later ones being a bit more mellow. I felt like the earlier seasons were just like dramatic, where you're just like, oh my gosh, when is the next season coming out? I can't wait. Now it's like, okay, yeah, I'm like looking forward to seeing like the next season. See, those are like totally different reactions, right? But I still really like The Walking Dead, and I'm going to continue watching it, so check it out. The next show I've been watching is a show called Siren. It's about mermaids, actually, and who doesn't like mermaids? I wanted to be Ariel, you know, as a kid growing up, and I still secretly fantasize that there are mermaids out there, and maybe one day they'll like kidnap me and put their power in me and, you know, give me a fin or something like that. So yeah, it's really cool. So it's about mermaids who come on land, and they're fighting different obstacles, different villains that pop up. It touched on all the things, relationships, conflict. I just think it's so cool, and then you get to kind of see them go into water and transform, and see them swimming in the ocean, and I just love it. I also really like the diversity of the cast in this show as well. I think that's really cool. They have, you know, again, different ages, different ethnicities, genders, height, weight. I mean, you name it, it's in this show. Also really like the music in this show as well. They have sourced some really, really dope artists in terms of the soundtrack, the music on the TV series. So definitely check out Siren. You won't regret it, especially if you like mermaid, that type of you know, character, creature, whatever you want to call it. They're beautiful to me, no matter how scary they make them. They make them pretty scary looking in this show, which I actually really appreciate, right? So they don't look like these perfect, like be super beautiful like creatures in the water. No, they actually, there's like a dark look to them. They're more scary than beautiful, but I really appreciate that. So go ahead and check out Siren. And the last show that I want to highlight is Top Chef. So I am not a cook at all. I know how to burn rice. So if you need someone to do that, just hit me up. But because of that, I think that's why I watch Top Chef, because I can really appreciate people who actually know how to cook, like who like put so much love and passion and energy into like their food, and who can think creative. Like I just find it absolutely amazing. I wish I could cook like that, like, and then just present it in such a beautiful way. Like I just think it's so cool. I just love seeing them like competing against each other and thinking on their feet and being put in like pressure situations, and you know, the drama that sometimes break out amongst the chef because they're talking crap about each other. It's really entertaining. Top Chef is on season like 17, so it's been around for many, many years. So it's doing, it's still doing well. Obviously, there's been a lot of spin-off from Top Chef, etc. But go ahead and check out Top Chef. You maybe don't have to start from season 1. I know it's 17 seasons, but if you want to pick it up at like season 15, I think that's fine, or even 14. I think that's fine to pick it up, you know, from the last 4 seasons. Just kind of get up to date on what's happening there. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you go ahead and check out one of these shows. They're definitely entertaining. Let me know your favorite show down below, or if you're already watching some of these shows, or if you have another show that you think is more interesting, and maybe I can like check it out. I'm always looking for new shows. Okay, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.